ゴフさんいいでしょう。よいしょ。いや、配信しました。じゃあレクさんやりましょうか。あ、レク、よいしょ。
それが全く俺分かってない。やばそう。そう。FA 初日はね、ちょっと土曜日にしたいんですよ。土日にしたいのか。
なんかワンツーって多いっすね。
僕これ好きなんですよ。ワンパターンです、僕は。
じゃあレクさんやります？
やりましょう。
あ、今来ましたね。
さて、
お祭りプロボール。
ちゃんと頑張りましょう。対人戦 NFC がね、そうする勢いでいきましょう。
そうですね。あ、これで入ったんか。
スーパーボールのゴフさんに勝ってで NFC が強かったってことをしておきましょう。
そうしましょう。よろしく。
NFC は
97。いや、ではお祭りカップよろしくお願いします。
画面共有しときましょうか、これ。
いや、なんかもうお祭りなんでちょっといろいろ。
リードオプションとかめっちゃやったらいいね。
どうもお祭りカップへようこそ。お祭りカップへようこそ。CC を負けた2人が
同じステーションにいるゴフさん。
はい、CC カップを負けた2人がお祭りカップをちょっと動画配信させていただきます。いや
ー、そうだよね。
Alright, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air.
悲しみのプロボールやめてくれ。やめてくれ。NFC のリターンから始まります。よろしく。
We are all set. The 2020 Pro Bowl from Orlando is
い
underway.
や、とか、ユニフォームの色がちょっとダセえ、NFC。あ、でも、あれ、あ、これ、アサイメント、
金翼さんですね。
いやー、どうなることやろう。頑張れ、ユースチェック。これ、バイキングスのアサイメントだよ。
They'll run. It's Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys.
そんな
Give
感
him
じ。
3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some
ノーマル
pressure
プレ
off
イだよ、
this
こ
young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to
れ。てか、
establish a
なん
running
か、
game.
Here's second and 7 now from the 28. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
こんにちは、浦
So
津さ
trouble
ん。
already here on their opening drive. This is third and 9.
あら。あ、これあれや。これあれや。クックスと違うん、クックスちゃうわ。やべえな、このアサイン。い
Throwing is Murray on third down.
や、インターされたし。
Traffic and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he brings it back
てかね、
to right around the
あれっすね。
26-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there
やべえ
that
な、こ
time
れ。
with Thomas.
Well, that's a drive killer right there.
僕らのラマー君いるんかな。
Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
ラマー君
Five
は、
after the 5-yard completion on first down. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain.
てか、あ
4-yard
れっすよね、お
pickup
互い
leaves
が
him
動
with
き良すぎてちょっ
third
と困ってるっていう。
Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
いや、
And
強
he
えな。
gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
あまり緊張感なくやってしまっている自分がいる。
They'll run it with Jacobs.
わあ、取られた。
And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in.
やべえ、ボーリングがやばい。
As these guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game. How many more do we expect to see?
いやー、とか、
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball
夢
game.
の
I don't
舞
think
台
there's
を。
any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
はい。あ、そうですね。良すぎてちょっと困ってるんですよね、今。あれみたいな。
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. That ball complete to Isabella.
っていうか、普通にディフェンス強いんですけど。
Completion, second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Sanders, and an alley to run, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
いや、完全に、
Going on first down, but this one winds up to be
完全にお
incomplete.
祭りアサイメントですけどね。
Because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time He was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. To throw on 3rd down, Murray. And that's knocked away and incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all
なんかね、一つ言えるのが変な感覚って。めっちゃリターンしやすい。何これすげえ。めっちゃリターンしやすいよ、これ。
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement?
一言言えるのはなんと動きがいいんだろう。
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Murray. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do the...
Murray fighting, lost the football. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball.
So
they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
プレッシャーのない感じでできるのが最高にいい。
They double that here and get 8. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle.
いや、めちゃめちゃ気持ちいいわ。
He's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
やべえな、この試合。面白いな。こんな使いやすいんや、みんな。いや。
Hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. It's caught here by Adams. And down inside the 15 he goes.
いや、アダムスいいな。金翼さんいいレシーバー使ってたんだな。
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. Third and
めちゃめちゃなんでる。
10. Be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy. Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Jacobs, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins.
いやー、ナイスや。
He will score. Touchdown AFC. DeAndre Hopkins, 72 yards. And the AFC strikes quickly there for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray rolling to his left. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the AFC going to take over at their own 20. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 1st down, Mahomes. It's caught by Mark Ingram.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Butker's kick here is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
To throw is Murray. This one caught by Isabella. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Murray. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again, Murray. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the NFC. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime of the 2020 Pro Bowl with the AFC on top, as we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
We play to win. Let's go.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. From the gun, Mayfield. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. One man in the backfield. That's Ingram on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. And the kick by Butker is good. But hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a 1st down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Lost 56. Lost 56.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Ingram. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. He's got a man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. Marquise Brown. And the AFC adds. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking long for Thomas. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On third down, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Matt Hawk now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the NFC is going to get the football at their own 20. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter. And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And a loose football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Leonard Williams. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The AFC thus far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Cortland Sutton there to make the grab. And the AFC able to capitalize on the fumble recovery as it leads to 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You've got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. pulled in at the 24. The offense for the AFC set to go now. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, but to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
180. Mux 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check 31. Kings.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC's 30. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now it's Ingram. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Got a man open. It's Sutton.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is...
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
20 right. Back. Shoot. Protein spill. Back.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Check.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Mayfield off the play fake. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Mayfield to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in now. You got 58.
They'll run with Sanders. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers, and he will score. Touchdown, NFC. From 3 yards out, and the NFC is in for 6.
Well, that last touchdown did nothing to affect the score here and who was going to win the game. But I know all of our fantasy friends were eagerly watching, and some people are dancing around happy right now.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.